What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? This is Crafty coming at you with what was supposed to be part 3 of our casual gaming weekend for Sunday. But for those of you who don't know, I did post a little bit of a video here on Sunday explaining why this video didn't go up, as there was a medical emergency with a friend and colleague of mine on Sunday afternoon. And with everything that transpired, I am glad to say he's doing better today. And he's, conscious and everything else. And we're hoping to see him back on his feet here in the next 3 days. But until then, let's just keep an eye on him. So with that all said, he's doing better. But I just wasn't in that mindset to make a video after everything. And just needed some time just to be grounded again. And be like, okay, he's fine and everything else. And not be so worried about it. So that's why this video is a little late and going up today. Hopefully it is Monday for you guys, not early Tuesday morning, but it really depends on the upload times, as we have 2 videos going up today, and I really don't know if it'll make it in time while I'm at work or not. So fingers crossed. Now with that all said, today we are playing Borderlands 2, and we are going over what started me on a journey to being a gamer. And of course, at the end of this video, I do want to hear what your guys' exact same things. I want to hear what started you on your journey, but as well, when I talk about what's captivated my attention since then and kept me as a gamer, same with you guys. Let me know what's also captivated your attention. And finally, what are the 3 things I find most important when it comes to a game and defining it as a good game, and what are your guys' 3 things you find important that defines it as a good game? So without any further delay, let's jump straight into it. So first of all, for me, what started me on this journey as a gamer is actually Zelda Ocarina of Time. Excuse me. Now, the reason why I say this is I remember being 8 or 9 years old, and my parents had finally won custody over us to move out of foster home and be with them full time. And what wound up happening is on the day we were moving in, I saw my mom playing Ocarina of Time on the floor in her pajamas, and I was immediately captivated. It was on one of those old box TVs as well, and I kept bugging her for like 10 minutes. Can I play? Can I play? I want to play. Can I play? Being a little kid as I was, because I was excited. It looked like a lot of fun. And I wanted to know what it was, because before then I'd only been really playing GoldenEye or even some Grand Theft Auto here and there, but for the most part I didn't really play video games that much. And so when I saw that, it just like, oh, we have one of these, a Nintendo 64, and what's this game I've never seen before? And that's what started me on the journey for myself. I loved the story of it. I loved reading books at that time in my life, and still do. And when it came to playing Zelda, it felt like I was playing a book. I was immediately captivated by it, and within the week that I had it beaten, I already wanted to go and, make another link and see if there was anything different that maybe I missed, or just to recap on it. I can't really remember what my motivations were, but since then I've beaten the game. I can't even count how many times anymore, and that is what started me on my journey. Now, of course, what has kept me since then, I would have to actually give credit to the first-person shooter genre, and really specifically for a number of years, Halo itself. Now, Halo 2 had an amazing story, but what captivated me to show me the excitement of gaming at that point was actually the co-op experiences you could have with your friends, and the multiplayer aspect against your friends in split screen, or teaming up with your friends online. I absolutely loved that, as I could now enjoy something I loved by myself and bring my friends onto it. And I lost countless hours in Halo 2 split screen and multiplayer that I just had such a blast growing up alongside and playing, that it really has still to this day captivated my attention. When a new first-person shooter comes out, I already am immediately, I want to play it. I want to know what's new to this one. So that is also, of course, come into Borderlands 2 with its RPG and its loot and it being a first-person shooter. That attracted me to it. And of course the story, right? So that's one of those things that have just really captivated my attention since then. And of course there are smaller things like RPGs, Dragon Age, and all these other franchises that have come out. But it was specifically the first-person shooter genre that really started that captivation and motivation to continue being a gamer, instead of just playing the single-player games and loving them by themselves. Now, for me, the 3 most important things when it comes to a game, I would have to say, first of all, is a story. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean campaign, although that is a key aspect for me. What makes a game good is that it actually has a well-developed plot in a sense of its lore. So the backstories and the lore of that franchise or title is captivating, and a story all to itself that it makes you feel more immersed into the universe you are being introduced to, and it just gives you more of a personal attachment to it, because now you're not just playing a game, you're playing a story, and that is something that to me really helps make a game good. Now, of course, some games I could compare that with are, you know, something that's Zelda, where it has a story and that, you know, like a book. Or you have a game like Dark Souls, where it's more vague and you have to really discover the story for yourself, but when you do, it is well worth the time and effort. And of course, then you have Overwatch, which relies on, you know, cinematics and everything else, from trailers and stuff like that, instead of actually having them built into the game. So very different aspects of how a story can be implemented, but nonetheless important. Now, a campaign mode to me is, of course, a vital, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is absolutely necessary all the time, although without it, it can hurt a game, especially when there is a well-developed backstory to it. Now, on top of that, I look at the entertainment value. Was the game fun? Because at the end of the day, a game is meant to entertain and give you a fun time, or at least if it's a genre, does it fit its genre? So if you're playing a horror game, was it scary? Did it make you jump? If it's a mystery game, was it challenging? Did it make you think? You know, it really depends on what genre that game falls into, and if it met the category of that genre in terms of entertainment value. And thirdly, I look at the gameplay. You know, did the game mechanics themselves flow smoothly, or were they rough? Was it buggy mess, or was it a nice, smooth, and wonderful experience? So those are my three main things. So as I said, be sure to let me know in the comments below what started you on your journey, what's captivated you since then, and what are your three most important aspects that makes a game good. Now, with that all said, let's move on to our 7 shoutouts, and I hope I pronounced them all right. First up, we have BF Gaming, then Stream Team Heroes, followed by Nate Orius Gaming, as well as Rob K. Simo, Silent Gamer, Duff Arshfart, I believe, and Cutthroat Gaming. Now, for those of you who just caught on to that, those are all gaming channels with links in the description box below, so be sure to go show them love from the CGS community and check them out. They all have great things going unique on their channel. That is everything for today's video, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content of this video. And as well, be sure to share it amongst your friends and peers if they would be interested in it. That is everything I have, so stay tuned in. And of course, stay crafty, everyone.